Hello everyone. So yeah, I got some natural lighting over here. It's quite cloudy out, but yeah, looks good to me. I have my hair in flexi rod, so yeah, I just took it out. So yeah, it came out okay. I have a nice little do going on, so I think I'm going to continue with the flexi rods while my hair is in this shorter state, because like my hair has a bit of different textures, and yeah, I think it's just a bit more noticeable when my hair is shorter. So yeah, with like the more uniform curl style, it just blends, But yeah, anyways, I just wanted to have a chit chat, talk about some things going on recently, getting older and turning 30 and everything. So I'm just going to be doing some makeup. I have my L'Oreal nude palette, and then they have these different makeup looks on the back. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this one right here, Feline Fancy, and I just have some eyeliner and mascara, also L'Oreal, and I just have some lipstick and a mirror down here. So yeah, this lipstick is Revlon. It's called Champagne on Ice. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that, but anyways, the main topic of my video that I want to talk about, so my birthday passed in August of last year. So last year I had a good year. It was my last year being in my 20s. I did some traveling. I went to Europe. I visited Western Europe and Scandinavia. I just had some time to myself. Since I've been in my 20s, I've always had dreams of traveling. My dreams are always deja vu from the past, growing up in old neighborhoods, old places I've been to, school and friends, or traveling. Like I've had dreams of traveling, driving across the country. I've had these dreams all through my 20s, visiting different parts of California, visiting Europe, going overseas with a friend, traveling by train, ship, plane. So yeah, I definitely got some dreams in, I've got some traveling in. I could have saved, invested the money for, people talk about retirement being your golden years. To me, it's like these are my golden years, and I tried to make the best of it. My early 20s, I went out a lot with friends, hung out a lot, did all the things you hear young people do, partying, clubbing. Mid-20s, I kind of kept to myself. And late 20s, I definitely worked hard and got in some traveling. I really enjoyed my 20s. I accomplished what I set my mind to, pretty much. Could have been better, but it could have been worse. I got my own place. I envisioned a one-bedroom apartment instead of a studio, but hey, I got the type of work I wanted. I made the type of money I wanted. I traveled. People try to take shots and say, oh, I live in a studio apartment. And yeah, I live in an old, shabby studio apartment. That is cheap. And look, I'm never home, so I don't have people over. I don't like cleaning much. Well, actually, I try to get into cleaning and enjoy it more by listening to music or something interesting on YouTube. But, on this plus side, I have a small space to clean. It still seems like a bit too much for me. Like, I'd be totally down for like a micro apartment. Like, really small space, I'd be totally fine with. Plus, I'm a cheapskate. People talk about hard wigs or whatever, and it's like, look, I'm not spending $500 on hair. To me, that's, an inconvenience. It may be damaging my real hair, and that's gonna last how long, really, And yeah, that much money is 2 months worth of food for me. Sometimes people don't understand finances. They don't understand priorities. Sometimes people are saving up money, like hair, makeup, designer clothes is not really a priority to me, but like I plan to live in a condo by now, but I looked at the details and didn't work out now, but yeah, maybe soon. Some people seem to be chasing a perfect life or like some sort of ideal perfection. Sometimes I think that sort of thing is rooted in insecurity. Like for me, it's like as long as I'm able to eat healthy, take care of myself, and like have some cute clothes, you know, all other stuff is pretty much just miscellaneous to me. I don't believe that, whatever supposed imperfections by society standards, I don't believe that disqualifies me from success or invalidates me. Like some people want to shame others for showing their perceived imperfections and try to chase after perfection. To me, that shows like it seems like inferiority complex. So yeah, I had a full year last year. I didn't spend that much time at home. When I got back from some traveling I did a long fast. For the first week, it was a water only fast, and then the second week I did a juice only fast, and then after that I did like a cleansing diet where I had a lot of veggies, smoothies. But yeah, I felt so drained and lethargic, after the fast I did, but I also felt, renewed at the same time. I did some dating and, that went fine, I've been seeing a few people. People talk about dating getting harder once you get closer to 30. That's not been my experience. I think I'm just more confident now than, when I was in my early 20s. Back then I think I was a bit overwhelmed with everything and unsure of myself. Now it's like, I know what I want and I just kind of cut to the chase. I feel like men take me more seriously now that I'm older. When I was younger, it seems like, there was a bit of a tendency to like blow me off. I don't know, I don't think I took dating that seriously. Like I felt like I had a lot going on, a lot I wanted to do. I'm glad I kind of got to see, the world and life on my own, because it was like the way people would talk about relationships, it was like, well, do I get to live for myself, I guess I wanted to be on my own, but in a relationship at the same time. I kind of like space to myself and do my own thing. But I feel like, I got that out of my system. Living for myself, finding myself, being my own woman, basically. It just kind of worked out that way, I guess. People talk about missing out. Well, to me, it seems like those who hooked up in their 20s, they aren't really ahead of me now, like maybe they have a kid, but it seems like a lot of breakups, like the people that were in relationships in their 20s, like long-term relationships, serious relationships. I guess for me personally, I'd rather be single and living on my own terms than in a bad relationship or a relationship that didn't work out in a bad way. Like, Jenna Fumes, It's My Ray Ray, Danny Lay situation. I'm perfectly fine with relationships that seem functional and seem like they're actually going to work. I don't believe in hurrying and getting into a relationship in hopes that it'll be functional. Going from one bad toxic relationship to another bad toxic relationship To me, that would just seem like a waste of time, really. You know, people will bring up how men prefer younger women, like early 20s, mid 20s, or whatever. To me, this is men not understanding to go where you belong and not where you want sometimes. It gets annoying with the old man situation. They forget that women want things too, but oh no, it's just what I want. I want a young woman who is 21, who is thin, who is attractive, but I, on the attractive scale, am a 2 in physical attractiveness. I'm overweight, out of shape, and on top of it, I'm old as dirt. The old people are so annoying, seriously. The people who are 40s or 50s, whatever age, basically thinking that it is old, but they won't go with the very woman who is the same age as them. Men who are like in their late 30s, 40s, act like, I want someone young, but you're supposed to want me because I'm old. Just implied, people shouldn't want you because you said you don't want your old age. So you should understand why someone in their 20s doesn't want you. If old people can't even be attracted to each other, you can't expect the young people to be. The man in his 40s and 50s who has an aged body has the same aged body that a 40 or 50-year-old woman has. They both have their bodies going closer to older age. They don't care about what they bring to the table, basically. They don't care about why someone would want them. All they care about is what they want, which is very narcissistic. How do you expect to have any success when all you think about is what you want in a relationship? You're not thinking about how to be a good partner. If you're not going to be a good partner yourself, why would you deserve a good partner in the first place? So, why would that ideal partner want you if that's the way you think? You don't care about what the other person wants. You just think they're going to get whatever you give, basically. This is not an equal footing. Someone is basically going to have a low self-esteem because they're basically just catering to your wants. That doesn't seem like a healthy relationship. A lot of people who have these dynamics don't want a healthy relationship, I don't think, because they don't know how to get a healthy relationship, I think. So they aim for something that is dysfunctional just so they can have someone, and they can have someone that they're attracted to and that they always wanted, even if it's a dysfunctional relationship, With the age gap relationships, it's always with this image of what the man wants, but he's not bringing what he wants to the table himself by, their own standards. That's why they can't handle someone their own age, their own attractive level. And then they will get mad when women want the same thing, when it's the exact same thing as them. Some people want money, some people want this, some people want that, they want different things, I understand that. But you can't be mad at people for wanting exactly what you want, They want similar things in a man that they want, in shape, a younger man, you can't deal with women in your own age range. Don't look to young people to fulfill that void. If old people can't be attractive to old people, don't look to younger people to, do that. These are the men who are older who get bitter. They get bitter over women who are younger, who will not give him the time of day, basically. People will bring up money, houses, cars. The thing is, I'm not getting into a relationship with those things. Can I get into a relationship with those things? No, I can't. The thing is, I don't want to use a man. I'm not hypergamous. I care about someone's personality and character and attractiveness. With these types of situations, with a lot of these types of men, they don't value who they are as a person and think money makes them more valuable as a person and overshadows that they don't think they're a worthwhile person in their own eyes. Basically, that's something that you need to fix in therapy because you probably have some good qualities, you're just not looking at them. So, therefore, they are showing people who actually care about character and personality and attractiveness that they don't think that they have those types of qualities. So, why would other people think you have if you don't think you have them? They want women who are younger than them, who have childlike qualities, basically, because they want someone to take care of, because they are like inept, in my opinion, I guess, and they are not into taking care of themselves. I do not have any interest in a man who, to me, has pedophilic tendencies. It's not about being in your prime or peaking, because the way they say it, they are saying the younger the woman, the better. The younger the woman is not when they peak. That's when you have more complications with pregnancy and things of that nature. It's not about fertility and it's not about peaking. It's about a pedophilic fantasy because you prefer younger, but that's not the peak of age for a woman. It takes a lot to have children, to go through pregnancy and childbirth. A lot of the time, these types of men will drop off to young teens, children basically, because the thing is they want as young as possible. It's not about viability, it's about some pedophilic mentality. But, on the other side of this type of thing, women act like sometimes like women need to be more attractive, like that's a woman's job, to be pretty, to be attractive, to be beautiful. To me, from my perspective, I thought that being attractive and things of that nature was for the purpose of attracting people you are attracted to, and men are attracted to people they want to attract as well. So being attractive is helpful for anyone who is attractive to other people or another person. I never understood the concept of beauty having to do with femininity. Beauty has to do with people being beautiful, whether they're male or female. There are beautiful, attractive men as well. It's weird how people try to make beauty synonymous with women and femininity. Like, people have this idea where women are supposed to be the one to please men, but they have no role of their own, no self-serving role for themselves. It's all based on the man. This is another aspect to it where people will talk about women's attractiveness and beauty and act like beauty has to do with women, when beauty doesn't have to do with women. It has to do with anyone who is beautiful or lacks thereof. Like, there are plenty of women who are not considered attractive, and there are plenty of men who are not considered, attractive. And it's like, is the man attractive? If not, then he shouldn't be expecting anyone else to be easy on the eyes if he's not. Don't expect things from people that you don't offer yourself. And I mean, it's like with this situation, it's like the man will feel less than, but also feel like a woman is less than based on this. And it's like, I don't get this. You're on equal footing here, so why is anyone feeling sad about anything? So to me, it seems like it's about pleasing a man, as if what you want as a woman doesn't matter because everything is centered around the man. And I guess from my perspective, for me it's like, well, I'm attracted to men because it's what I'm interested in personally. Not what men want, but what I want. So he has to please me, I have to please him if that's what he wants, and I please him, and then it's a mutual thing. The way some of these people present it, it's like beauty is a female thing. Attracting a man is all about pleasing a man, but not even thinking about yourself, which is kind of sad. So, yeah, I've seen such trends and such online, you know. First, everyone was thick. Then the whole thin trend came along and everyone was thin. And there's the whole skinny trend going around. There's soft life and all this stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of trends I see online. Some seem fun, some seem a bit woo-woo, I guess you could say. I don't really follow trends, I just kind of do my own thing. And, you know, celebrities, you'll see celebrities following trends. I don't really like celeb culture, honestly. Just a bit too much fakery and such for me. And not even like that, but like, not even like superficial, but like the high life that's just not always relatable, I guess, you know. Like, it's not my thing, like how celebrities are pushed to be like some sort of ideal image. Like, they have to be a certain way to look right for the cameras or whatever. To me, it seems unhealthy to focus so much on such things, you know, personally to me. I don't know, to me, personally, I just like to be happy with myself and carefree and just, you know, be myself. I like to focus on health and wellness and being healthy. But, you know, with celebs, all the faves are getting up there now. Halle Berry, Vanessa Williams, Brooke Shields are all up there now, like in their 50s. Halle Berry, Jennifer Lopez, Jennifer Aniston. I don't know what's up with them, but it's like they barely aged, like at all. I don't know if it's, you know, some sort of regimen or makeup, diet, or what, but it's almost like unreal. Like Vanessa Williams, Sade, Sarah Jessica Parker, Raquel Welch, it's like, yeah, they've aged. You can see their age, but it's like they look healthy and they look good for their age. Like Raquel Welch, you know, rest in peace. In her 60s and 70s, you know, she looked great, you know. She had a nice haircut and style that suited her. Her skin looked vibrant and healthy, but, you know, she still looked her age. But, yeah, I put on some weight in the last couple of years. I got to 140. Usually I stayed below 130. So, you know, I was traveling and indulging a bit. I was like, this is vacation, you know, a once in a lifetime opportunity to do this sort of traveling. So yeah, I indulged a little bit on the road trips I went on. I ate a lot of fast food, you know, burgers, pizza, chicken fingers. When I would stop at a city, you know, I would usually go to a restaurant like seafood and steak or Italian, Greek, Mexican. Right now, I lost all that weight pretty much. I got down near 120. I think I like to be around 130. So yeah, I've just been getting back into the swing of things, taking care of my health and appearance. When I was away, I would travel lightly, and I just would use, you know, whatever soap they had in the motel or whatever. I would just bring my sunscreen because, as we know, the sun can be damaging to the skin. So, yeah, I've been really focused on skincare, working out, eating healthy. People have been talking about like aging, like Botox and filler. Like I've had people, you know, ask about that. No, I would not do Botox or fillers. I don't like the idea of foreign substances or articles in my body, unnecessary surgeries, that type of thing. Also, you could get botched, like the Botoxy look. You know, it could come out looking unnatural, you know, risk of complications. So I just don't recommend it personally. Like me personally, I'm a natural beauty, you know, embrace yourself type of snob. So I usually think people look better beforehand in their natural state. Like Marilyn Monroe, Priscilla Presley, and like Lindsay Lohan with the lip fillers or whatever else. Like with the thin lips, like Lindsay Lohan, Mariah Carey, you know, I think thin lips go swell on their face. Like it fits well on their face, you know what I mean? Like I don't think that Lindsay Lohan looks better after lip fillers than before when she had thin lips. You know, I think the same for Mariah Carey. I don't think she would look better with full lips, you know, even though like thin lips aren't the beauty standard, but we all don't fit the beauty standard, you know. There's different types of beauty, there's different standards of beauty. So I don't think those things are needed personally. And late 20s, 30s, that's still very young. You still have, you know, a lot of youth on your side. So what I do is, you know, I've focused on my skin health since I've been on my own, since I was a teenager really. Keeping my skin healthy so it can maintain a healthy and youthful appearance. I know I got some skin damage from when I was a kid and teenager. I used to spend a lot of time outdoors, and like in the summer I would spend all day at the pool. So I make sure to really nurture my skin and take care of it. For me, that includes a healthy diet, fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds, fish, seafood, staying hydrated, you know, lots of water, and a good skincare regime. So, you know, cleansing, moisturizing, sunscreen. Other than that, the only other thing I would consider would be mechanical skincare, like microdermabrasion and like oral supplementation, like I take collagen. I would orally take hyaluronic acid, ceramides, CoQ10, if, you know, they were shown to benefit the skin. There has been a few studies that show that, you know, these may have some benefit for the skin when taken orally. Hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and CoQ10 are already naturally occurring in the skin. They help keep the skin hydrated and supple looking. But yeah, other than that, I'm all for naturally aging, healthfully, and gracefully. And on that note, this is the end of the video. I finished my makeup. The lighting is a little harsh over here, but yeah, it looks good to me, you know. I'll have to work out something with this camera because the lighting can get to be a bit much. But yeah, anyways, that was it for this video. Thanks for watching, and bye.